Hello, everybody. This is Grace with Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the newcomer. And to those of you returning, welcome back. You're appreciated and valued. So, today's title is going to be, to me, it's going to be funny. To you, it's going to be somewhat of it's going to leave inquiring minds. Because as you as you hear the title, you'll definitely want to know what's next? What's the tea? What's good? Okay? So, today's title is, who does she think she is? Okay? Who does she think she is? Now, I have a large spread today, and although I usually share a couple of words before I get into the cards, I am deciding to start with the cards today. Okay? And then as far as the channeling, it'll go in as I read the cards. That's the format that is best for this type of spread, having it a large spread. So the first card is, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So what's coming to me from this card is the fact that on the picture, I see a woman walking away with a child, right? And I also see a man giving her a regard as if he is not giving her blessings. He is not giving his blessings for her separation, her moving on. In the background, I also see angels overlooking the situation and the man. I also see the man with a book under his elbow. Okay, the information I got from that is that there was a separation that occurred. And in the separation, someone was angered because the person did not want the separation. The person wanted the other party to remain under his control. Okay? I want as far even say in a relationship, because in a relationship there is love. In a relationship there's some type of intimacy, some type of connection, some type of emotional understanding. It's not one-sided. Okay? A relationship is not one-sided. When it's one-sided, the person is being used. But this man wanted to continue to use this woman with her child. Mind you, she has her own responsibility. She has to take care of her child. She has to afford him a living that he deserves. He was born to have. He inherited. But this man wants to stay in the picture so bad, he's willing to open these spell books. He's willing to do whatever he needs to do in order to bring havoc, confusion, and, disarray in this woman's life because of the fact that he did not approve. He did not give his blessings. And I can tell you personally, I did relate to this card. Because when I left the relationship for good, the reaction was very nonchalant. Like, oh, it's nothing. Like, I got to take care of myself. Though this is quote. This is what the other party was saying. I got to take care of myself. I got to put myself first. I got to do this. I got to do that. Mind you, there were no tears. There were no pleads. There was no don't go. There was none of that. In fact, what it was really? So you mean my family was right? So you mean everything they said was true? So you mean what they said you are is true? That it was a shock. Can I tell you the truth? It was a shock. Because when a woman, especially a single mother who has responsibility, who has her life already in order, invest in you in the belief that you will build with her, she is a team player. She is affording herself. She is affording her child. She is not needing you. All it took was for you to contribute for yourself, to not be a second child. But instead of being a man and just letting the woman walk away into her freedom as her birthright, you decide to manipulate and use spell work in order for you to seek revenge. Because, my God, she refuses to be enslaved. Meanwhile, the angels. I said the angels are watching. The angels were always watching from day one. As a matter of fact, everything I uncovered about this situation, people, is not he or she say. Okay? Because everyone in the circle was corrupted. Everyone in the circle was in the know. I was the only one who was being affected in a negative. I was the only one who was being depleted. I was the only one that was being abused. So this is not something that was shared with me. This is something that was amongst that circle who found it funny, who laughed, who made jokes, who disregarded that I was a single mother, disregarded that this spell work could lead to my death, could lead to my son being an orphan, could lead my son dying, they did spell work on my son as well, who wasn't even a teenager. God was watching. The angels were watching. You see, when God has enough, and the fact that he loves who he loves, he's going to speak up. He's going to do something about it. I remember it was 2018. I saw a sign in the sky. To the point where I looked at drivers from the right to the left, from the back to the front, trying to figure out, do you see what I see in the sky? And although I'm not going to go into details, God showed up. The presence. I knew it was a new day. Right after that sign, it clicked. It clicked. It was a new day. This is something I could not rationalize. This is something I've never seen before. This is something they never taught me before. This is something brand new. It's a new day. This is when my interaction with the angels began. Do you understand me? This is when the communication, confirmation. This is when the communication began. This is when the warnings began. This is when I want you to see this. Check this vision out. Check this dream out. Confirmation. Check. Listen to this song. Listen to how it resonates with you. Listen to what this person's saying. Listen to how it resonates with you. Check this symbolism out. We got you. We got you. We got you. Do you understand? So I knew I wasn't alone. There was a lot of interaction. Some things I will never say out loud because y'all ain't ready. Yo, I got my crew. Do you understand? Who does she think she is? I got my crew. Who does she think she is? Y'all wanted to crucify me. Who does she think she is? But God had another plan. But I have an army. Do you understand? Next card. Woman holding a coin. No kidding. I recall before the marriage, during the engagement, I noticed there was always a glee. There was always some type of celebration. There was always some type of, confirmation that I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. That's all I would hear the idiot say. And I would be like, what are you talking about? Like, I understood that in life, you could be whatever you want to be. You can arrive to wherever you want to arrive. And today I'm realizing from you guys, because you taught me this, that certain people have certain avenues where they could reach. Although I was born knowing, and so does my birth chart reflecting that. It was through interacting with them and my journey to spirituality, I learned about the birth chart, and I learned my birth chart is a prize. Do you understand? So this is why I was targeted. You see, I wasn't raised in a family that did witchcraft or voodoo or obia or Santeria or whatever. I wasn't raised around divination. So if I was dating someone or engaged someone, I was not in the know of, okay, maybe you should seek some type of spiritual guidance. I was not in the know because all I knew was the church and the book. That's all I knew. But some people from different cultures, some people who play both sides, some people who work in the shadows, some people who are hypocrites next to the word in the dictionary, they do what they do in secret. They look into the person. They seek counsel. Okay, am I going to benefit from this? He saw God was going to bless me. He already blessed me, people. Do you hear my voice? Okay, because I want you to know that's God's testimony. Just you hearing my voice and the fact that they've been trying to kill me for years, seeking the best type in their eyes, the best type of spiritual practitioners or whatever to come after me. But you hear me though, right? I'm alert, right? I'm healthy, right? I'm happy, right? I'm still here, right? I still am in my potential, right? I'm still rising, right? I can't be stopped, right? I'm protected, right? I am a testimony. This is what God told me. I'm going to use you to put them down. Show them who's in charge. I said, show them who's in charge. This is why you're being disciplined on a public international platform. Who does she think she is? That's the title. Who does she think she is? I am your judge. Those of you that do divination work, who does she think she is? Look into it. You see, there's something called a spiritual world that y'all gonna wake up to today, okay? There's something called a spiritual world. In that spiritual world, also, they have a spiritual court. Y'all didn't know my connections. You feel me? You feel me? You didn't know my title, right? You feel me? This is why in 2021, I had posted, I know y'all know, because I know y'all stalk. Who would have thought I would be your judge? We are living in the days of revelation. Wake up. God allowed you to do what you do to hang yourself. How do you now ask for favor when you came after me, mind, body, and soul? When you came after my only child, mind, body, and soul? How do you get mercy from me? Now, you could listen to all the illusions you want to listen to about, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. She lost her mind. She's possessed. She's all of that. But everything I told you would happen, right? Since 2019, right? It all happened, right? It's still happening, right? And you know it's going to continue happening, right? I'm just going to go to the next card and let you be in your illusion. Next card is weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. All these excesses that were being made, these lies that were being told. I need money for this. My mother needs money for this. This needs money for that. Yet nothing came about it. Yet all the money that was being dispensed was because you were on your drugs. You were on your crack. You were on your heroin. You were buying hoes and gigolos. Keep it real. How do I know? How do I know? Angels walk with me. See, this is why in 2018, I was sitting and I'm like, I keep having a reoccurring vision. I see you with a gun. And I'm speaking of Judas. I'm speaking to you, Judas. I saw you with a gun at a store. And you had it up, ready to shoot. Right? In the process of you ready to shoot the person in the cashier, your ass went down because you got jumped. I made a reference to this when it was in 2020, I made a reference to this on social media stating, I have the vision, I had the vision, I had the vision. This is the vision. And this is one of the reasons why that I know you going down. This is one of the reasons why, yes, I do know you owe me money, but I will not take the transaction from you one-on-one because of the fact that I am aware today that you are a criminal. You shoot people, you kill people, you rape people. Right, Judas? This is why you're cursed. This is why when you entered my life, everything went upside down. And I could not understand it because I'm like, yo, I'm blessed. I'm a child of the King. I'm blessed. You understand? Anything I touch succeeds. Any dream I have manifests. What is going on? And this is why y'all who know you can easily manifest without even putting any effort. You just think it and it happens. Y'all need to be careful. Y'all do need to be careful. As a matter of fact, The joke is, my interest in that type of caliber is related to my background. You see, my parents come from the islands as well. But because I was born in the States, English is usually the first language I will use in communication. I grew up in an area where I was surrounded by West Indians. People that were Jamaican, people that were Trinidadian, people that were Puerto Rican, people that were, Haitian. Everybody in the mix. That's Brooklyn. Right? So I'm familiar with that bunch, right? There's no prejudice with that bunch, right? But that was just my corner in the world. That did not mean that when I would move to another state, that they would act like the people back home who knew how to respect each other, who knew that we are one. I wasn't surrounded by these prejudices, these discriminations. Oh, she's Haitian. I'm Jamaican. We're better. I wasn't surrounded. We had each other's back. Come try one of us if you wanted to. I said, come try one of us if you wanted to. I wasn't used to this bestiality, this discrimination of, oh, I'm better, I'm this, and I'm this, I'm that. Don't make me remind you where you come from. It was one of my neighbors, when asked about your country, when asked about your piece of the land, was told, child. That's what I was told, child. It ain't all that. Your fella Jamaican man. That's how he described you. Oh, his beginnings, child. That's where he from, child. He ain't all that. Okay? Mind you, these same neighbors you're trying to corrupt, speak on my name, speak on my family all this time. You thought it wouldn't come back to me? You had no vehicle. You was just walking on your feet, but you had enough time to go beg people for food out there. Yo, you thought they wouldn't come back for you? Asking them for jobs, all of them was like, hell no, hell no. Later on to find out is because they all saw you for the loser that you are. As a matter of fact, some of them coming to me today was like, he was not a good choice. He didn't work. All he did was walk around, beg for food, want to be friends, asking for a job. Can I cut your grass? Why? Why did you need to do that? You were being supported, but you needed the money for the hose. You needed more money for the hose. You needed more money for your crack. You needed more money for your heroin. You needed more money for your alcohol. You needed more money for the blackmails of your closet life. And you were stomping around with depression. And here I am saying, you know what? You need to go to counseling. Something off with you. Something wrong with you. Because you have a roof over your head. You have food. You didn't even desire to eat what I could afford. It's like, yo, I want this type of fish. I want this type of food. Making orders. Meanwhile, you're not contributing. Meanwhile, I'm working with my college degree, Uber and Lyft. Do you want to go there? Paying lawyers to no avail. Every time I think I'm going to go forward, you're going to get somewhere. Like I contributed to some of it. Okay. Now you come with your other half. I can't do it. I don't have it. I can't do it. They're not paying me. They're abusing me. They're making me work for free because they know I don't have papers. I can't do. Meanwhile, the money was going to drugs. The money was going to hoes and gigolos. This is why you could never get your papers. Mind you, I have a child to raise. I have responsibility. I have bills to pay. I'm trying to build up on my credit. You know what you did with my credit. Do you want to go there with my credit? And you had the audacity to go around the community and say, I'm needing you. You was the biggest curse of my life. And thank God he told me you was the biggest and the last. My child, you don't never have to worry about that. Everybody in life has a season when it's the worst. The worst is behind you now. I found consolation in that. Because my God used a curse. Everything went wrong. This is why it's mind-boggling to me that you think that I would ever consider you because of I am sorry, or I would ever consider you because of your spell word, or I would ever consider you because, oh, I've changed now. I learned my mistakes now. I learned my wrongs now. Oh, I didn't pay you back yet. I didn't pay you back yet, but I'm better now. I'm a good boy now. The improvise? Because you know what word I wanted to use. Next card is Star Being. Healing codes. Important information. Wounds are healed. Confirmation. Wounds are healed. Recharging. Child, when you left my life, it was a blessing. Child, if I say thank you for anything else, I'll say thank you for that. Child, I got to refer to you as a child because you're just a boy. Child, can I keep it real? Because when you left, healing began. Okay? Information started coming. Okay? Wounds were healed. Okay? It was a process. Okay? I wasn't fronting on these streets like, oh, it ain't nothing. He didn't touch me. When it was time for me to share that I was backstabbed, that I was hurt, that I was stolen from, I processed it. As a matter of fact, I publicly processed it because I'm called to do so. I'm called to live out loud. I'm called to teach people the process of healing. I'm called to teach people to live in their authenticity. I'm called to teach people that no matter what happens, you can overcome it. I'm called to teach people that you are the top. Don't let no scrub from no bush try to come tell you who you are. Who does she think she is? Your judge. Who does she think she is? Your judge. Pray about it. Next card is prophecy. Tell me I didn't prophesize everything that went down. The Hangman. everything you are witnessing. Either I told you on social media, I told you right up at the beginning of your downward spiral on the phone, I told you when I signed those divorce papers, I told you on every post I made that you've been stalking on fake profiles. I told you you would go down. Did I not? Did I not say your circles would go down with you? Did I not say if they did not do their part in calling 1-800-FBI and putting you out there for organized crime, because that's what they're there for people that are targeted for no goddamn reason, but, in your situation, for money, because you're money hungry. You was trying to reverse the role. You was trying to cape yourself in my energy. Make yourself like you had the life, like you were educated. That